So, not sure what to talk about today. Not sure. But I've been going through some things with some friends of mine. And although it's not me that is having issues as much, it's starting to kind of affect me a little bit. One of my closer friends is having problems with suicidal thoughts. And I know a lot of people have this problem, but he doesn't understand what he can do about it. He started acting in ways that weren't of him, ways that weren't conducive to a positive lifestyle that he should want. And I knew it wasn't really like his fault. Of course, it was him doing these things and saying these things, but the mode for what made him do them was feeling like he had nothing left. And this doesn't so much play into the gay thing. He is a homosexual, but it doesn't. That's not where it's stemming from. He was not nearly as social as he could be and should be. He was very sheltered, but he lived in this idea that when you're sheltered, you can't get out of it. And I think this is a good story to share. Because when you are sheltered, it's hard to get out of it. It's hard to leave. It's hard to get away from not having some of the things that other people had. From not having the social interaction that other people had, and having the social know-how and the understanding of norms and how things work in a social sphere. But even if you are sheltered like that, you can always get out. You could always find a way out. And he's had a great opportunity to do that here at the University of Kansas. And he hasn't taken the opportunity as well as he should have. So I don't know what I should make you get from this. I really think it should be about just because there is something in your way that's stopping you from doing something and being happy. And you know it's there, but you don't know how to fix it. There are people out there that will help you find exactly what it is that you need to make you happy. There are. And my friend thought that he was the only one that had this problem with suicidal thoughts, and he thought that he was the only one that felt what he felt before, and he didn't understand the idea of when he talked about suicide as a leverage and bargaining chip, that was not going to get him anywhere. And so we had to explain that to him, and we had to take some steps we didn't really want to. And so now his life's a little bit more stressful, and we're working to fix that because of all the stress that's been created basically by him, because he thought that he had nothing left, so he might as well go for it. And he really hurt a lot of people. But he's going to get help now, and that's a key factor. You need to get help. Find someone that you trust more than anyone else in the world, and let them know how you feel. Talk to them about what you feel and how often you feel it. Let them be the people that that person be the one person that you listen to. If they say, look, I think you need to get help, let them be the person that makes you think, yes, I need to get help. I will get help. Because if you see this changing, then who else sees this changing? So just have that net there. Because sometimes it's really hard to see. It's hard to see how you've changed. And it's hard to see how what you're doing now is different than what you did a month ago. But have a safety net in place. Have somebody that you trust and talk to. For me, before I had like a group of people that I could tell anything to, and now I have one person within that group that we share literally everything about each other, about ourselves. I used a blog spot. And so every time something really good or something really bad happened in my life, I would go to Blogspot, my little blog, and I would write down in as many words as I felt necessary and could do what was going on and how I felt about it. So some of the best nights of my life are put on there in thousands and thousands of words. Some of the worst nights I've ever been subject to are put on there in thousands and thousands and thousands of words. And it's all searchable. So I can go back and say, I want to remember what this day was like. I want to remember how happy I was. I want to see what I did wrong on that day that I was so sad. Use everything as an outlet. Do not keep it bottled up. Because there are other options. There are so many options out there. And if you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them. If you have any comments, I will answer those as well. There's so much out there. There's no reason to sit there and be sad. Sometimes it's chemical imbalance. Sometimes your life just sucks. Either way, we can fix it. We got this. But if you read Post Secret, which I do a lot, which is people send in secrets, they're secret that they don't tell anybody, to an anonymous man named Frank Warren in Maryland, and he travels the country and does some art exhibit where he hangs up as many as he's gotten in the last period of time, some of his favorites. And then you can walk through the gallery and look at all the secrets. And the song Dirty Little Secret by All American Rejects that use secrets from Post Secret. And a lot of the secrets are revolve around things like I hated my life and then I got help and it was the best thing I ever did. Or I don't know how I lived before antidepressants. And there are natural alternatives to antidepressants and everything, but if you want help, there are places to get it. Sometimes, as I said before, you need help, but you don't know you need help. So always have one person you trust more than anyone else. Let them know what you're feeling. Let them be that final straw. You telling everybody else you don't need to go to counseling, you're fine. Talk about it with them, and if you think you need to go to counseling, they will say it. So, sorry for this being really depressing, but that's how my life's been the last few weeks. But everything's getting a little bit better, and it does get better. I have an article in my newsfeed to read that talks about how, well, first of all, being gay does make you happier. And it does get better, and bullying does get less as you grow older. And if you go to a very, very gay, accepting college. Very bueno. Okay, so that is what I have for this week. Goodbye.